Triple G is going to have to show that he can deal with Willie Monroe Jr.
And what do you have to offer the fans? You know, what can you offer that's going to make you stand out from everybody else?
You never can tell with a cat like me, you know what I mean? I mean, if you looked at the Boxino, if you watched the Boxino tournament, if you watched the Brian Vera fight, there was times where I stood and banged, there was times where I boxed, there was times where I was in and out. Never can tell. I apply what's needed and I execute it on the drop of a dime. So.
What does this mean that you're fighting Gennady and, you know, this is a big fight. You know, let's talk about how big it is.
It's huge. It's huge. And this is a fight I always said I wanted because I know a lot of other middleweights don't want it. Whenever I see a bunch of people running from a situation, that's when I say, okay, I gotta go see what this is about. I gotta go see what the hype is all about. May 16th, I'll find out.
Your relative fought Marvin Hagler.
Yeah, my great uncle.
Yes. Speak about that. What that means.
I mean, they're making Triple G to be the next Marvin Hagler, who was the only man to legitimately beat him. So I think the jinx is on him, right? You know. So.
There you go.
Before this fight was offered to you, what were you planning to do? What was going to be the next step in your career after beating Brian Vera? What were you looking at doing?
We were supposedly going to fight on the undercard of Matisse providing the card because it's right up, you know, maybe 2 hours from my hometown, and that's why I fought on ESPN the last couple times. And then we thought Toriano Johnson had got the gig to fight Triple G, and Banner. Artie Palula from Banner Promotions called me and was just like, I think we got it. So I was like, sign me up.
What level of opponent were you planning on facing on that Matisse Provodnikov undercard?
Oh, we didn't have an opponent in mind. I'm just always ready. So we didn't have an opponent in mind.
Now, when it looked like Toriano Johnson might be the guy or the guy from Argentina, there was an outcry on Twitter like, no, we don't want to see Triple G against one of these guys. And when you were selected, there really wasn't. There wasn't a lot of criticism of it. I mean, what does that tell you?
It tells me that a lot of people, you know, they respect what I do as a fighter, and I think me as a fighter, I mean, when you look at somebody like me, like Andre Ward or Rigon Diao or Adesanya Lara, we bring back the true essence of what boxing is about, which is hitting and not getting hit. And you don't see that a lot these days. So I think, on the contrary, I think it's appreciated just because it's less of it.
In addition to being softball, what else do you think you can add that can sort of stop Gennady in his tracks?
I'll tell you one thing I know I have that's going to make a lot of people laugh when you look at the knockout percentage on my record is my power. You know what I mean? What people don't, I think it's speed and power. Speed and velocity equals power. You know what I mean? People don't understand that. Speed is power. You know, power hurts, but speed kills. So I think that'd be a big difference. You know, I think once he takes my power, he'll say, okay, this isn't Martin Murray. This isn't, you know, Matthew Macklin. I'm not in here with Daniel Jill. I'm in here with a guy that knows what he's doing.
Willie, everyone's dodging and avoiding Triple G. Why take this fight? Why take this risk?
Why not? I mean, this is a big opportunity. This is boxing. This is what boxing is about. Like Triple G always says, it's a big drama show. How can you get a big drama show with two? When you got one guy that wants to fight and a bunch of guys on the other side who don't want to fight. We got two fighters that's willing to fight each other and willing to put it on the line. That's when we get a big drama show. That's what fighting's all about to me. I don't know about the rest of the fighters.
Does it bother you that you're the underdog in this fight and guys are favorite for this fight? Not at all.
I've been an underdog since I was conceived in my mother's womb, so I'm good, man.
What was stirring in your belly when you heard all the superlatives being aimed at Triple G?
Nothing really. I'm a laid back cat, man. You know what I mean? May 16th, the talk will be over. You know what I mean? Nobody can jump in the ring and fight for him. You know what I mean? And if they're expecting to win, they're going to have to jump in the ring and fight for him. So.
What do you find the biggest key? Like, what is your most efficient weapon that you can use against Golovkin to get the victory?
Bring intelligence. You know what I mean? You can be stronger than guys, but there's going to be guys that are strong. You can be faster than guys. There's going to be guys that are faster than you, but you can outthink anybody. So let's bring intelligence.
There's been some 400 fights here before. It's a historic place. And to be fighting here, this is your first time. Can you speak to that?
It's a blessing, and I think it's a testament to what I've accomplished as a professional fighter thus far. And I have to thank HBO and ESPN for believing in me and allowing me to be able to such venue like this.
How excited are you to be on this platform?
I'm super excited. Yeah, no problem. God bless you, brother.
And to talk about your weekend, because when the fight was announced, I went on your Twitter account and you were at a retreat. And how did that excitement? How were you able to hold that excitement until Sunday afternoon when you said you were available to the media?
Actually, I think it came in right on time because I was able to steal away and get away from the hype of everything and stay focused on the task at hand, which is to be grounded spiritually first, and everything else follows. And I think that's going to play a big part in who I am from here on out as a fighter.
Can you talk about, people are avoiding Triple G because of his power,
right.
But how are you planning on neutralizing that power?
La Escuela Cubana. You feel what I'm saying? I'm part Cuban. That's hit and don't get hit. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, look at Arsan De Lara, look at Rigan Diallo. You know what I mean? Hit and don't get hit. You know? So.
And if you get the victory, not only will you give him his first taste of defeat, but you also become champion. How important is that to you?
That's very important. It's something I've been aiming for, since I started boxing. You know what I mean? To have those belts strapped over me and to be called, the middleweight champion or whatever weight I was going to be fighting. But I was thinking back then, everybody want to be heavyweight champion. But it means everything to me. And, I'll get a sigh of relief like. Finally, I got the pressure of being a world champion off my back.
And you're fighting here at the Forum, where a historic venue here in Los Angeles, where many legends and champions were made. Right. What big of an honor is it to be fighting here at the Forum?
It's a huge honor. How could it not be an honor when you have Ali and Michael Carbajal and De La Hoya, all of these guys that you grew up watching, and you don't realize that maybe when you were watching the fight, it was right in this arena, and now I'm here. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing, yeah.
What's your last question? What do you think how would you feel, and what's your first thought when they say, and the new?
My first thought is just, all things are possible through Christ who strengthens me. This is something God has ordained years before I was conceived. It's my job to fulfill it. So once that happens, it's going to be like, I knew it.